What's going on, everyone? Welcome to part 2 of January 2021's unboxing. We've already unboxed the band Intervals for this month, and now we are looking at the band Silverstein that's been also mixed by the wonderful Sam Goyana. That's going to be happening towards the end of this month for Nail the Mix. We have John Maciel here, my co-host, my lovely co-host. Hello, John.
What's up, everyone? Stoked to be here. Thank you for bringing me back for part 2. He could have just replaced my role with someone else. You know, they do it in the movies all the time, but luckily Nick did it.
It's very true. It's very true. I could have easily, but no. I had to bring him back.
We renegotiated the contract. I'm here.
That's right.
You know, for the rest of the season at least.
Well, we'll see how long 2021 lasts, but yeah, you know. Anyways, let's dive right into this Silverstein track here. We've got the drum tracks up here with some stripped drums and also some stripped spot cymbal mics, some hats, some chinas, interesting stuff there. Different sets of rooms here as well, some different sets of overheads. Got shaker, looks like a drum recording here, some sort of production recording maybe, or some sort of backbeat tambourine and a mono tambourine. Then we dive into our bass track. Looks a little compressed on the way in. And then we also have just some rhythm guitars. Looks like we have a stereo print here of the left and right rhythm guitars, and then subsequent, guitars to follow that. Doesn't look like we have any DI options for this one. And then we dive into vocals here. We've got a lot of decent-sized vocal stack here of, just a few background vocals, stereo printed as well. I'm sure these are either double-tracked or just has effects on them. And then we also have a bass drop here, some effects tracks towards the bottom, a sweep and a tremolo. So not too much on the production, but hopefully, I think this song sort of makes up for it with the intricacies of the vocals and what's going on inside the track itself. So let's have a listen to this song, and then John and I will talk a little bit about it afterwards.
In a dark place, I try to see straight, but it's all a blur. I just wanna see your face, but I'm shivering, looking for a kerosene cure. I heard my fortune read from a fire lit by the dead. I saw the start of the odds, and it whispered, let's burn it down, down. There's no way out. I can reach you like a matchbook, speeding and we can't slow down. 'Cause I need this now. In all my dreams, you're screaming, burn it down. Burn it down. I'm sick of being deceived with a blindfold on while I'm looking for a savior.
There you go.
Try to stop the bleeding, but you're cut so deep and I feel like a failure. I heard my fortune read, and I know it's slipping away again. I saw the start of the odds, and it whispered, let's burn it down, down. There's no way out. I can reach
So
you like
catchy.
a matchbook, speeding and we can't slow down. 'Cause I need this now. In all my dreams, you're screaming, burn it down, 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 down. In all my dreams, you're screaming, burn it down, 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 down. In all my dreams, you're screaming. In all my dreams, you're screaming, burn it down.
Ooh.
That
Very,
song
very
took me back
catchy
to
song.
High school.
Did it?
Yeah. Back
What was
when,
that, 20, 30 years ago?
Yeah, 20, 30 years ago, exactly to the date. The vocal harmonies on that were sick.
Yeah.
And I absolutely loved the vocal performance. Was fun. I was trying to pay attention to everything else, but the vocals were just so catchy that I kept being drawn to them. Like I couldn't help but listen to it.
And
what they were
I
doing.
turned them up a little bit too because I wanted to hear the vocal too. That was super catchy. That chorus was awesome.
Yeah, that was dope.
And we talked about
one-
that drum bit too.
Yeah, that drum little thing was pretty sick. I wasn't expecting it, so when it popped up, it was a nice surprise.
Yeah, it just sounds like maybe you took the two bus of the drums themselves, or even if it's a separate recording, and recorded that. Oh, you know what? You know what it is, John.
It's probably that fill.
At the end of this track here, we have this, which is the raw recording of that drum beat. So let's go take a look at that.
What's it called at the end of the movie when like they do the Easter egg or the clip for like the next movie or whatever?
It's just the small after trailer preview for the next one.
that was that version in drum track.
So let me just make sure that that's correct. Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. So it's just super compressed, and maybe it's there in the event that you want to maybe recreate it yourself, or whatever of that nature. I'm sure this is probably how they recorded it as well. They probably just did it out in the middle of the session somewhere, and then they flew it into where it needed to go. It's pretty typical for what most people try and do whenever they're doing, unique production type things. They'll just fly out to a far part of the session and record it and bring it back in. But yeah, I mean, that sounds awesome. And the bass tone, from what I heard, sounds really, really, really good. Oh, I mentioned there's no DIs. There are rhythm DIs, but everything else seems to be, for the most part, printed down for you to work with. Vocals, super catchy. They sound great. I'm excited to, I'm just excited to hear Sam mix this, man.
Yeah, and there is a mix poll for this session as well. So one lucky winner is going to be walking away with a prize package consisting of a Jay-Z Microphones Black Hole 2, a Rouser and the Big Freaky Q from Empirical Labs, Corniff Audio's entire collection, RS Drums, Joey Sturgis Tones, Toneforge bundle, plus one plugin of choice, and then Drumforge 2 plugins of choice, Impact Studios Isolation bundle, and then the Grin Digital IR pack as well. So pretty cool prize for mixing a really, really catchy track. And kudos to anyone who's going to take that drum fill and try to do their own version of that drum room smash sound.
Absolutely.
I think that would be great practice to try to recreate that.
Totally. I totally agree with you. I think that's, that's what I love. I love when producers are, kind of lift up the hood a little bit and give you something like that, instead of just giving you the printed version, because then you guys can really, download that, give it a try yourself, and really experiment with, well, how did Sam create this, and giving you the raw files is the only way you're going to be able to practice that. So, like John said, this mix pool is going to be live here in January. At the end of January, Sam is going to be mixing both intervals and Silverstein here. So if you want access to these multi-tracks, head down to the link in the description below, sign up for Nail the Mix, and we will see you in that live stream at the end of January. So kudos to everyone for surviving 2020. Happy New Year, and we will see you in February.
Yeah!